Today we were going to shoot a couple rounds out of the 1895 Chilean Mauser. This one was made in Berlin in 1895, just like most South American Mausers in the late 19th century. This thing is a 7x57 millimeter, and it's all matching except the cleaning rod, which is actually pretty common. Picked this up from a friend a couple years ago, and it's just an awesome rifle. It's 118 years old as of right now. And it's super accurate. It's amazing, the technology. It's your pretty standard run-of-the-mill small ring action. It's a straight bolt. Holds 5 rounds in the integral box magazine. Very similar to most of the other Mausers of the time period. You know, you got the very distinct length. It's pretty long. Almost a full stock. The end is kind of, the upper handguard at the end isn't really there, which doesn't really matter because it's so long. And it's just a piece of art. I mean, just an amazing rifle that had a lot of work and craftsmanship put into it. This one, a lot of South American countries like Argentina would grind the crests off of their receivers when they imported or exported their firearms. And this one, most of the Chilean Mausers that I've seen still have the crest on the receiver. This one has the full one intact, and it's just another little neat addition to the rifle. It's a V-notch blade front sight, pretty self-explanatory. We're going to just shoot this thing at 50 and 100 yards. We've already put a couple rounds through just to test out the ammo that I have, the surplus 1970s Chilean 7mm. This uses the, I'm using Swedish Mauser stripper clips, or charger clips again, because that's what fits into the bridge. What's kind of cool about this one is it doesn't have the cutout for your thumb, like most Mausers do, so you kind of got to actually stick your thumb in there. I think that was before they figured it out, but it really doesn't matter. Standard flip safety. There's half safe, which the 1891 variants didn't have. They just had safe, or fire and safe. This allows you to take out the bolt and disassemble it. There's full safe. It won't pull the trigger, and you won't be able to work the bolt. So it's a standard Mauser safety. And it's a cock on closing, which means when you close it, you got to push an extra thing to cock it, and you feel the spring. Whereas a cock on opening, like a K98 or a Gewehr 98, when you open it, it actually charges the bolt and cocks it so you're ready again. Therefore, if you have like a failure to fire, you don't have to bring the bolt back all that far. You can just rack it up and do that. But on this one, you have to bring the bolt up, which really isn't a big deal in my opinion. But the action is really smooth, just like a typical Mauser. So I'm going to try this. It's shooting a little left, so I'm going to try and compensate a bit before trying to field knock the front sight to the left. I don't really want to mar it up, so I'll just do it at home. So I'm going to try shooting. It's grouping well so far with this surplus ammo, and then we might put a couple of my hunting rounds that I loaded through just to test out the accuracy of those. And hope you enjoy. So we've got Dad shooting the Chilean 1895 Mauser. I just did, and I was shooting a little left, so we're going to see how he does. We're using surplus Chilean 70s 7mm, and so far we haven't had a problem with it. What do you think of the recoil?
That's real nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot of it.
No, not at all.
It's just a loud pop too. It kind of sounds like a really loud pistol.
Yeah.
I love this thing.
That's it.
Alright, there's 5, so we'll go down and we'll check out the group. So this is the group at 50 yards. We're just testing it out. I really haven't shot this thing a whole lot. I think I put 5 rounds through it total, just screwing around. My first group was this, and this with a miss somewhere else. And my second group was these 4, and then that flyer. So Dad aimed right here because we forgot our pasties today. And his is, this is all within about 3.5 inches. So I'm impressed with it. 1895, that's a old weapon, but that works really well. So I think we're gonna go back and maybe we'll try it at 100 yards, but it's shooting a little left, so I might have to tap the sight a bit. Load it from the top, just like every other Mauser. Alright. Yeah, there's like no recoil to that. Sounds like it'd be a hard-hitting little round, though. Pretty sure I pulled that one bad. Yeah, so far no failure to fires or hang fires on the 70 surplus. Alright, so we'll go down and check that group. I would do 10, but this ammo's, I don't have a lot of it, so we're going to try and conserve. So I'll group at 100. Yeah, I pulled that one definitely. Could have missed that for sure, and then those other three are in the head. So nothing spectacular on my part as usual for grouping. But we'll see how the old man does. We'll let him shoot now. He'll probably be able to group better. I was holding right about here. So it's shooting a little bit high, which just makes sense because they were battle sighted for farther than 100 yards, definitely. So, yeah, it's still shooting just a tad to the left, so if I knock that thing over, just heard the front sight blade over just a little bit, it should be dead on. So, easy enough.
Perfect. Alright, let's see what this bad boy can do.
Yep, we're going for 100 yards. He's going to hit the head. We have my previous shots marked. That's got one loud little pop to it.
It sure does. That's it.
Alright, go down and check it out. Alright, we'll go ahead and try that again.
There we go. See the dust?
Yeah, there's dust. Oh.
That's it.
Alright, hopefully you hit something this time.
I hope so.
Let's do round 3, third time's the charm, I guess. These are going to be the hand-loaded 145 grain soft points. I've got 31 grains of IMR 4895 in them. So if it blows up on him. Same recoil and everything as the surplus?
No, a little more kick.
Okay. Yeah, these are soft points and it's a step chamber, so it's going to be a little bit harder to chamber the rounds on some of them.
Alright, that should be better.
Alright, we'll see. I'm actually gonna kind of hike this up a bit. Alright, these are my hand loads. I'm gonna try them out. That extractor works pretty well. That'd be it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fire 5 offhand at the 50-yard target. The surplus stuff again. It's actually not that hard. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be with such a long rifle. So, I'm going to check the 50, which I was just kind of blasted center mass. There's already a bunch of holes in it, but we'll see. Okay. Alright, so this is the 50. This one was there from my group, from my Finish M39 earlier. I thought it was going to be a lot more sporadic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was from standing up with the Chilean. So, I did almost as good with that as I did sitting. But yeah, it's a lot easier to shoot with that thing standing up offhand than I. So here was Dad's gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said it was him, his error, not the gun. And obviously that's correct because here's mine, and I'm terrible at grouping. I always get the one flyer. But this is about 2.5 inches at 100 yards with that 145 grain and 31 grains of IMR 4895. So yeah, I'm gonna try and drop a whitetail with that thing this year. So 118 years old, it can still bark like a lot of the modern firearms, so I'm happy with that. And that's with open sights too. That's not an optic, which is really impressive for a rifle that old, but like I said, they were made well. Alright, we're gonna go shoot a different gun now.